I punched an autistic kid after he groped me, and now everyone hates me. Am I the jerk for finally snapping? That groping was the last straw. Troy and I go way back, since nursery school. I've known him as long as I can remember. For anyone unfamiliar, that's basically kindergarten. But for Troy, that was just the beginning of a constant struggle. He always had this childlike nature. And it wasn't just the autism that shaped him, it was part of who he was, but it wasn't everything. No, there was more. I never understood why, but Troy had this crush on me. It was awkward, and I rejected him. Gently at first, but firmly. Again and again, I said no, but he didn't listen. He couldn't. And as time passed, it got worse. It started out small, little comments. Comments about my body. Questions about my chest, asking if he could touch them, asking to see them. His friends, they were no help either. They started pushing me, saying things like no one else would be nice enough to give him a chance. But I wasn't responsible for that. I couldn't be. Then came year 7. 6th grade, I think, he crossed a line. The groping started. I tried telling the teachers. I thought they would help, but they didn't. They just kept saying that it was his autism, that he didn't know better. That I should be kind to him, that I should be patient. But it wasn't just me he targeted. Every time I was near another guy, Troy would get jealous. He'd have meltdowns, loud and embarrassing. And then, I'd get in trouble for it. I had to watch my every move because Troy couldn't handle it. It felt like my entire existence was dedicated to being his. I couldn't be me. The groping didn't stop. It went on for 4 years. No matter how many times I told him to stop, he wouldn't listen. I remember those moments so clearly. I'd sit there, tears on the floor, begging for help. But the teachers? They just kept telling me, it's his autism. You're a good person for putting up with it. It wasn't just annoying, it hurt. It hurt in ways no one could see. When he touched me, it wasn't some light tap. He grabbed me hard. My chest, my butt, painful, aggressive. It wasn't playful, it wasn't innocent. It was wrong. I couldn't take it anymore. The heat that day, my skirt, he slipped his hands up without any hesitation. The final straw. I lost it. I punched him. Right in the nose. His nose broke. And now I'm in isolation. For 2 months. For bullying an autistic kid. But here's the thing, he's not a kid. He's 16 years old. He's perfectly capable of treating everyone else like a normal person. He acts like a regular teenager around his friends. So why was it different with me? Now, everyone hates me. Death threats, nasty messages. People saying I should have done worse. Sometimes, I wish I could just curl up, disappear. Maybe I should have been kinder, more understanding. Maybe I should have just let it go. I could have been the one to save him, right? But then, I remember, no, I couldn't. I don't hate autistic people. It's not autism that made Troy a monster. Troy is just a horrible person. I can't change that. Thank you for letting me vent. Only me, but others too. People started telling me how none of the teachers involved in this should ever set foot in a school again. The truth is, this whole experience hasn't been a walk in the park, not by a long shot. After the lawsuit was filed, my parents started receiving letters. Messages, asking for the case to be dropped. Naturally, they said no. But that didn't stop the harassment. No, it only got worse. Eventually, I became a target too. Death threats. Horrible, vile messages. Some even went into graphic detail about what Troy wanted to do to me. Spoiler alert, it wasn't good. It never was. Then, one day, Troy's parents showed up on our doorstep. They demanded to see me, to talk to me. They said Troy was ready to apologize. Thankfully, by that time, my uncle and I were already on our way to my grandma's house. But my parents? They wouldn't let them in. They told them, point blank, that any communication would have to go through a lawyer. The harassment didn't stop there. Troy, he wasn't done. He sent me a message, using a burner account. It was full of threats. He told me what he would do if he ever got the chance. That I should be grateful that I walked away with just a groping. Then he went on, calling me names, disgusting ones. He said I should be thankful that someone like him, someone popular, even looked my way. And, of course, he tried to spin the whole thing, saying if I just let him touch me, he wouldn't have groped me. That logic? It made me sick to my stomach. He thought he had ownership over me, like I was some object. And if I had let him, I wouldn't be me anymore. I'd be his property. Forever. The thought of it made me want to vomit. I knew better than to buy into his twisted reasoning. So, I saved the message as evidence and blocked him. Then, I asked my parents for help changing my number. But my grandma, being who she is, decided that wasn't enough. She went and got me a whole new phone. She called it compensation for my trauma. Thanks, Grandma. Therapy's coming. I start the day after tomorrow. Family therapy is scheduled for August. Because honestly, I don't know if I should be mad at my parents. Should I be angry with them for not stepping in sooner? Is it my fault for staying silent for so long? But that's where I'm at right now. That's all I can give you. The lawsuit is still in progress. It's going to be a long journey. But if I remember, I'll keep you all updated. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for all your kind words. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope this update is clear enough. Apologies if it was a lot to digest. And now, on to the next story. Story 2. My autistic brother spent over $400 of my hard-earned money on Lego, and my mom supports it. I'm 14. My brother is 16. He has autism, but that's not the problem. The problem is how he behaves when he doesn't get his way. He's not like the people you see on the news or online. He's intelligent, functional even, but when things don't go his way, he becomes violent. His mind doesn't always give him the right signals. At home, he has accidents. He can't control his bladder or bowels. But outside of the house? No issues. None at all. So let me tell you about today. It pushed me to the edge. This is my daily routine, and has been for years. I woke up to him on my bed, hitting me. Repeatedly. My parents were downstairs, oblivious. It wouldn't stop. So, I shouted for my mom. She came up, got him off me, but instead of punishing him, she gave him chocolate. And then she yelled at me. Told me off for shouting at her. Took away my electronics for an hour. When I got home from school, I tried to relax. I did some homework, went on my Xbox. It was fine for a bit, but then he started again. Hitting me. Over and over. I had no choice but to shout for my mom again. She came, rewarded him with more chocolate, and then confiscated my electronics for the rest of the day. I'm writing this on a phone my friend bought for me. It's the only way I can use technology for more than 40 minutes a day. The phone's hidden under my bed, because that's the only way I get any privacy. This has been my routine for 5 years. But today was different. Today, it pushed me past my breaking point. He saw a Lego set. A Lego set he wanted. And he beat me up until he got it. I shouted for my mom, as usual. But this time, she did something different. She let him order every Lego set he wanted from my debit card. I've been saving for 2 years, doing a paper round every day, trying to buy myself a PC. But no, he just spent £400 of my money on Lego. My money. All of it gone. I hate this. I hate my life. It feels like I'm just existing to suffer. This is me venting, but I don't expect anything to change. But I had to get it off my chest. Is there anything I can do about this? I'm a minor in the UK, so any advice? TLDR, my autistic brother spent over £400 of my hard-earned money on Lego. And my mom supports it.